Hey guys, Reviewz here, with this gaming rewind on the Soul Calibur series, which was published and developed by Namco. The games revolve around the quest for the sword known as Soul Edge, a powerful weapon that will grant the user untold power, although its true purpose is unknown. The first game in this series, Soul Edge, was released in arcades in 1996 and takes place in the year 1584, where 9 warriors from around the world are on a mission to find the eponymous sword, each for their own reasons. Soul Edge is one of the first 3D fighting games where characters fight with weapons, which allows for a greater variety of attacks. The combat system is based on 3 attack buttons: quick attacks, slow attacks, and kicks. Characters have access to a number of slow but unblockable moves, along with several critical attacks that can be chained together by pressing all 3 attack buttons together. A noticeable feature of the game is the weapon gauge, which governs the strength of the character's weapon and is placed under the life bar. This bar depletes each time a character blocks an attack, and when the bar is empty, the weapon is destroyed, with the character continuing the fight unarmed. A rock paper scissors scenario is triggered when 2 characters attack at the same time, where the player who presses the right button at the right time gains the advantage. Players are also able to block incoming attacks based on timing and push them back using the guard impact that creates an opportunity for a counter-attack, although the opponent is able to counter this counter-attack, leading to a stalemate until a player misses the timing. Ring outs can also be achieved by knocking out an opponent outside the ring, leading to an automatic victory. Much like the early Tekken games, which Namco also created, players have limited movement, as Soul Edge was released before the introduction of 8-way run that allowed characters to move freely along the Y-axis in a 3-dimensional plane. The game was ported to the PlayStation in the year of its release under the title Soul Blade to avoid confusion with the developer Edge Games, and added a number of features, including 5 unlockable characters and a story mode entitled Edge Master Mode, where players navigate a map, moving from fight to fight. Its sequel, Soul Calibur, was released in arcades in 1998, and the Dreamcast in 1999. Soul Calibur features a group of fighters who must stop the tyrannical reign of Siegfried Stauffen, who has been possessed by the Soul Edge and becomes the mysterious Nightmare. Soul Calibur introduced 8-way run, giving the players greater control along the Y-axis in a 3D environment by being able to run in any direction and giving more opportunities for strategy. The game offers improved buffering, allowing for a quick succession of moves to be performed, making it much easier to perform complex button combinations, where other fighting franchises like Virtua Fighter requires expert timing to perform attacks. Guard impact was also improved with a greater arsenal of techniques available. Soul Calibur was meant to be a complete overhaul of the series, featuring a brand new roster, although many characters from the first game returned, such as Voldo and Taki. From this point on, all games in the series would go under the Soul Calibur name, as well as a new sub-development team called Project Soul that will be responsible for creating all subsequent Soul Calibur games. The Dreamcast version featured enhanced graphics and new modes including Team Battle, Mission Mode, and alternate character costumes. Soul Calibur 2 was released in arcades in 2002 and for the Xbox, Nintendo GameCube, and PlayStation 2 in 2003, where a new batch of fighters set out and tried to destroy the remaining fragments of Soul Edge. Improvements to the game include a soul charge system to power up weapons, the removal of the ring out ability in favour of arena walls, and a revised guard impact system. Each character has 12 different weapons, with each weapon having a backstory in the weapons gallery, ranging from the ultimate form of that character's weapon to a joke weapon which has poor attack and defense stats. Each console version has an exclusive character: Link for the GameCube, Heihachi Mishima for the PS2, and Spawn for the Xbox. Soul Calibur 3 was released for the PS2 in 2005. Soul Calibur 3 sees Siegfried freed from the entrapment of Soul Edge and goes on a quest of redemption for his transgressions as Nightmare. The game includes new modes like Tales of Souls, where players can create custom characters to compete in a series of battles, and Chronicles of the Sword, that places the created character in a brand new adventure. With a roster of 42 characters, the game had the largest character roster in the series at the time. Other new features include Soul Arena and a world competition mode against the CPU. Although other games like Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, and Dead or Alive supported online play, Soul Calibur 3 does not, and instead an effort was made to improve the game's offline content. Soul Calibur Legends was released in 2007 for the Wii. A spin-off title, the game takes place between the events of Soul Edge and Soul Calibur, and documents the transformation of Siegfried into Nightmare. The game has competitive and cooperative multiplayer modes, as well as the main single-player campaign. The franchise returns to the main series with Soul Calibur 4, released in 2008 for the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360. Character creation mode returns, and equipped items now affect the character statistics, which can impact the character's fighting style. The game also features a new critical finish system, where if a player can empty a character's soul gauge, then the opponent will be soul crushed, and a piece of their armor will be destroyed. At this point, the character will perform a powerful critical finish that will instantly end the fight. Soul Calibur 4 again has guest characters, this time from the Star Wars franchise, with Darth Vader appearing on the PS3 version, Yoda on the 360, and Darth Vader's secret apprentice Starkiller appearing on both versions. Both Yoda and Darth Vader could be purchased as DLC for the versions that they were not initially playable on. This game also introduces the online multiplayer modes of the franchise, for both roster and customized characters. Another spin-off title, Soul Calibur Broken Destiny, was released on the PlayStation Portable in 2009, and featured Kratos from the God of War series. Soul Calibur 5 was released in 2012 for the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360, taking place 17 years after Soul Calibur 4 and focusing on new protagonist Patroclus. The game has an improved critical edge system, where after filling up a meter, players can use a variety of special attacks. Character creation mode remains, as well as a new story mode, which sees Patroclus travel across Europe to free the land of the Malvestation, a curse that has been caused by Soul Edge. The soundtracks of Soul Edge and Soul Caliburs 2, 3, 4 and 5 have been released as albums, as well as a 5-part manga based on the Soul Calibur franchise that was published in 1999. The Soul Calibur series has a refreshing change of pace for fighting games. With its innovative weapons combat and continuing story arc, the franchise has a solid continuity from one title to the next. Well, that's the end of this episode of Gaming Rewind. Thanks so much for watching. If you've liked what you've seen, let me know by leaving a comment or by giving me feedback to improve the show, liking this video, and be sure to subscribe for more informative video game content. Visit my Facebook page for regular updates, and until next time, peace out guys.